I want to record this just to run through the TSM landing page, just to talk through exactly what's here in case anyone's confused about anything and where we're coming at from the different angles, what they mean, what they represent, right? So first and foremost, we are designing this for brands selling their own physical product online. So this is no good if you sell someone else's product, right? You need complete control of the supply chain, complete control of the development of the product, complete control of the shipping, everything. Like, it won't work if someone else has those levers. This has to be your product. Now, we did this primarily to help Apex Series grow. You can see that site there, guys. It's not great, and we're actually getting it remade at the moment. It's worked for us, but it's very basic. But this was the way the landing page was. And when we implemented Trojan, the conversion rates just shifted. I think I'll show you later, but from 0.7 up to 2 point something percent conversion rate for people that land on this site. We implemented Trojan on that page, raised our prices, tripled our sales, and made 7x more profit by making one small shift. Same product, the mountain bike goggles, same traffic, and it's actually completely organic at the moment. 3.1x more sales, 8.1x more profit, 2x repeat buyers and referrals. We really felt that we put so much effort in and it just wasn't selling the way we want. And it wasn't the product, because the product was really good. People just weren't, they didn't believe what we were saying. I think that's key. People didn't feel like what we are saying is actually true, and it was too much of a risk for them. So we were frustrated, we were second guessing, we were wondering what we were missing. But then we made one small shift and everything changed. One small shift has become Trojan selling. And as I said, I didn't change the product, that we didn't change the traffic, we didn't even change the sales page, right? And it's very basic. Remember, look, this is the sales page. These are the figures and the changes that happened when we implemented Trojan. We went from 0.72% to 2.24%. That was a 211% improvement in the conversion rate. And I think when we make the website better, the landing page, that'll go even more, right? Profit per visitor went from 7p to 59p. Paid customers 1238. Total profit basically went up to nearly $1,000 from 100. And the average price went from $49.99 to $65.87. And you will see right now, we are at $79.95. The product's actually worth more, but Trojan selling allows us to do that. Those results came from just 1,678 visitors. Like, this doesn't matter. If you got 10,000 visitors, 20,000 visitors, makes no difference. It continues to work, right? And again, we haven't shared much of this publicly. We've only started in the last week or two. If you're listening to this now, and we're around April 2025, this is completely new, right? So what is Trojan selling, guys? It's built around a powerful idea. If you give first, people are much more likely to give back. This is actually human nature, right? Now, this feels very risky, right? Won't people just take advantage? Will this make our product feel cheap? And what if they try it and they don't actually buy it? When you lead with trust, sales don't stall, conversions don't drop, they actually multiply. And why is that? Because the pressure is gone, the trust is built. And in this scenario, the product proves and sells itself. Like, people don't have to believe us, right? We let the product do that. Ultimately, they're buying the product. We just allow it to do the proving and the selling of itself. This is how it works in 3 simple phases. There's the C phase. This is basically where the consumer or the browser, they see the product, right? Our purpose here is to create instant belief and give people the opportunity to experience the product before they fully commit. When we do this, friction drops and trust rises. We want people to trust us, to trust what we're saying, and to build that relationship. We don't expect someone that doesn't trust us to give us money. We expect to earn that trust. So we kind of flip the funnel. When the person moves from the see it phase to the use it phase, there's no hard sell here, just real value upfront. Built into that phase, which generally lasts around 30 days. We did it with 30 days with the goggles, and we still do it. There's mini wow moments that are designed to really enhance the relationship between the brand and the consumer or the product. It could be an email, it could be a telephone call, it could be a free gift, it could be just a premium unboxing experience. But all these things stack, and ultimately at the end of it, it's like someone can't but want to give back. Give to us in terms of maybe more sales or completing the trial, referrals, and all that kind of stuff, which is basically in the shared phase. So when people use it, if they don't return the item, their card is automatically charged. We call it the invisible checkout because they don't have to reauthorize their card. They've already done this day one. People are happy for their money to be taken because they've had such a good experience with the see it and use it phase that they're like, I just have to give back. And likewise, it's a lot of hassle to return the product. And if the product does what we said it would do and it's given them a really good experience, they don't mind paying for it. Like when people are buying something, generally they're nervous because they're like, will this actually be worth the money I'm going to pay for it? Whereas in this case, it's like they get all those benefits up front, then they pay, which means they have the benefits. So paying for it is just the automatic next step, right? And also, again, it's the law of reciprocity, right? But then share it. So at that point, people are just having so many good experiences that they want to share it with their friends, with their family. So we actually invite people to leave reviews, to refer others. Maybe they want to buy more stuff. Like we've had people buy jerseys we're selling with our logo on it. We've had one person send a message today. They've put our logo on their debit card. This is from an amazing see it and use it phase. Deep brand building. See it, build belief before the checkout. Use it, let mini wow moments seal the deal, and then share it. Turn trust into repeat sales and referrals, right? And here's the thing, right? Like Trojan selling isn't built on gut instinct. It's actually built on maths, right? We have a really cool calculator that goes through all this and how it can work if you implement this inside your company, inside your brand. So you can actually see that, hold on, this is very reliable. Okay, well, let's go down here. It feels like trust, but it's actually a machine. And that's the beauty of it. You can see here, like with Trojan selling, you don't push, you don't pressure. And it flips the funnel. You give first and the sale then happens naturally. I want to tell you something. We're not the first people to do this. Back in the 1930s, during the Great Depression, people didn't have vacuum cleaners in their homes. That was until Hoover came along. They wanted to get people using their product, but people didn't know they needed their product, so they didn't buy it. And what they done was they gave Hoovers out to people to use in their homes for free to experience it. And once people experienced the product, they just couldn't imagine their life without it. It was a premium quality product that people were happy to pay for it because they've seen all the time they were saving. But if they just said to people, do you want a Hoover? People were like, no. But they had to get people to experience it before people would say, well, hold on, I'll pay for that. And then once people started, experiencing it, paying for it, more and more people talked, and this whole thing compounded. Now I don't think there's a home without a vacuum cleaner in the world. They're so popular, right? Again, Warby Parker, right? This is an interesting one. They started a offer, I'll call it that, where you could try 5 pairs of goggles for 5 days completely free. At the end of the 5 days, you just tell them, I want this one, or I don't want any of them. Then once you told them the ones you wanted, they'd send them out. But then likewise, if you didn't want any, you send them back and there's no problem. And what that meant was the customer was very comfortable getting into that buying experience and receiving that value from Warby Parker, that literally it made the choice of which glasses company to go with. It basically eliminated it. It's like, well, this is the one because I'm buying them online, but I want to try them on. I want to get a feel for them. Once I find one that I like, I'll take that one. That's it. These companies are both worth over $1 billion, right? A lot more. And now we've got actually Trojan selling. So Trojan actually, I didn't explain this, it's really after the horse of Troy, right? It's Greek mythology. And basically the Trojans were living in a city, right? And the Greeks were trying to invade it. 10 years they fought and they tried to breach these castle walls, but they couldn't. So what they done was they got a beautiful wooden horse and they put it outside the city walls and left it. Then at night, the Trojans opened the gates, pulled the horse inside and they shut the gates. Now, inside the horse was soldiers and they attacked the city and all that kind of stuff. We're not doing that. But what we're doing is giving people such a good offer, such a good experience that they invite our product, our funnel into their life. And from there, we give them all these positive wow moments and experiences that the next logical step is a successful sale and ascension and promotion. So that's why it's called Trojan selling, right? Now, we're the first time someone's turned this into a repeatable system. I've seen this in a few companies, but not too many. I've seen it in the info space. We have had about 140, 150 trials. People have taken us up on the offer for the 30-day trial. And not one person has returned the product. That's 100% success rate. The way our maths is done, we would need 60 or 70% of people to not keep the product for us to lose money. The maths work in our favor. And with Trojan selling, you are prepared to delay the ask. You're prepared to wait 30 days or whatever time you set your use it phase at. You're happy because based on maths, it's going to work out. And reality is people are tired of being sold to. We don't try to sell people anything. All we try to do is build up trust with the potential customer to the point where they're willing to give us a try. And then once people give us a try, Everything else just happens automatically, right? And the trust does drive increased conversions, increased margins, and fuels long-term growth, as you can see with our own experience with Apex, right? Now, what I want to invite you to do is, if you're listening to this right now, we want to get some case studies for Trojan, right? We have the whole thing built out. We're working with a handful of people to implement this inside their businesses. This would suit you if you have a premium physical product that you know that if someone got it into their hands, they would be like, I love this. This is really, really good. And you know that when they start using it, they're not going to send it back. We're looking for 5 companies that want us to implement this inside their business over the next 30 days. I guarantee you, I know for a fact this will work. I have no doubt in my mind this will work for you. This will work for your company. I can't wait to see the brands we'll build with this. But I want to invite you to be part of it at this early stage. Will you be one of them? I think it's also worth pointing out, we're not charging for this. This is completely free. So we've nothing to gain apart from a really good case study. That's what we want. So visit trojanselling.com, apply for Trojan Selling Beta. All right, guys,